Hi, guys, and welcome to episode 4 of Joce Curious, where I don't care where you are, where you came from, if you have a talent, I want to talk to you. I'm Jocelyn Flynn, and I'm Joce Curious. Today we have a super special guest named Malcanthearyou. She is an Orlando-based deaf recording artist, and I am so excited for you guys to see this interview. Mal is extremely personable, inspiring, and incredibly talented. So her username on YouTube is Malcanthearyou. That is also her name on social media. She does not currently have any of her songs on streaming platforms, but they can all be found on YouTube, and she does plan on releasing some songs soon. So please make sure to follow her on social media, check out her website, and keep updated. I'm going to stop talking because I am actually like shaking. I'm so excited for you guys to see this. So please keep watching and let's hear from her.
Hello, Mr. Devil. Go back where you belong. To the depths of hell, where they play your song. One full of devil, that's filled with wrong. Never safe for me. I don't belong.
Oh,
No,
no. It's really nice to meet you. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
of course. No, thank you for having me. I seriously appreciate it.
You were actually the first person to reach out to me.
Oh my goodness. Well, I saw your page and I really loved your vibe and I always love it when females are building their own thing up and women support women and that's how we conquer the world. So thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Perfect response. So we're just gonna hop right into it. I have a couple questions for you, so let's get started. Can you share how your journey into music began? When did you realize that you had a passion for singing, and what inspired you to pursue a career in music?
To be honest, my passion for music started when I was extremely young. If you ask my mother, she would tell you that I basically came into this world singing. Um, and they found out that I was deaf when I was 3, so it was kind of a shock. But yeah, it just started when I was extremely young, and despite the fact that I couldn't hear, that never really stopped me. And I just maneuvered my way through things, trying to figure out my own way of doing things. And it's been difficult, there's been a couple of ups and downs and struggles here and there, but I've conquered those struggles and I continue to conquer those struggles. And I think when I was 15, 14, 15 was when I realized, like, oh, I could actually do this thing because I started taking songwriting seriously at that age. I basically started writing poetry at like 7, and then I started learning piano very young as well, and I started putting my lyricism and melodies to the piano. And so I think it was just a God-given instilled thing that was just meant to be for me.
That's really incredible. So you play instruments as well as the songwriting and the singing?
I play piano. I would like to learn other instruments, but for right now it's just piano. You're actually sitting on top of it right now.
Awesome. Okay, so how does your deafness influence your approach to creating and performing music? Are there specific techniques or tools that you use to help you with your work?
So vibration helps me a lot, and sound waves help a lot as well. So, when I was in 8th grade, I actually learned a little bit of the science behind sound. And if you, like, for instance, if you were to play a high note on a piano, the sound wave is little to no. It's like little to no sound waves right there. So it's not a lot of vibration coming out of those notes. However, if you go to the middle range or go even lower on a piano, you will get that bigger sound wave and more vibration. So I kind of learned through that. And when I'm performing on stage, it's all vibration for me. And if I'm performing with a bunch of other musicians, like a full band, for example, we instill other cues. We make sure to prepare to do extra cues to make sure that the timing is right, that I'm on the right pitch and the right key. And we have visual cues too. We communicate, by looking at each other. So there's a lot of different things, and I think my process evolves as well the more that I work with other people and stuff.
So I know you said you've been singing, since you practically came out of the womb. When was it that you realized that you had that talent, like you had a really good voice? When did that happen?
It's actually really funny. So when I was in elementary school, I was bullied, a lot in school growing up because, deaf accent, couldn't speak well, and then I had big hearing aids in my head. So I didn't really have a lot of friends growing up, but I had this one girl every day on the playground after lunch. She would say, "Can you sing this? Can you sing that? Can you sing this?" And so we would literally be walking around the field singing. And I didn't really think much of it. I was like, okay, she's asking me to sing, all right. But then when I think I was like 8, I actually wrote my first song like ever, and it was super cheesy, one of those corny, cheesy songs about walking down the aisle to your Prince Charming. I'm like, ugh. And so I was singing it in the back of my aunt's car on the way to her house, and my aunt, she, looks in the rearview mirror and making sure that I can see her when she's speaking, and she's like, "Did you write that?" I'm like, "Yeah," not really thinking much of it, and she's like, "Okay." I got to her house later that night, and after dinner, she puts a $20 bill on the table, and she said, "I need you to sing that for the whole entire family." Putting me on the spot, really. And, after mustering up some courage and stuff, I finally did it. And she actually went to my mom later that night, and she said, "I need you to put your daughter in vocal lessons stat because she can't hear for shit, but she can sing on key." And so after that, my mom just was like, "All right, let's put you in vocal lessons. Let's start you in piano lessons." So that's when it was like, "Oh, I actually might be good at this."
That's a really great story, actually. That's
It's
awesome.
pretty funny, honestly. She sent me pictures of like songs that I wrote in like little notebooks and stuff, and she was like, I just want you to see this so that you can see how far you've come since then." I'm like, like little me now, like I'm doing all this. Yeah, it's crazy.
So cute. So, what are some of the specific challenges that you have faced in the music industry as a deaf artist?
Um, there's so many challenges, honestly. I mean, there's one challenge that I have, diction. Right now, as I'm speaking, you're probably understanding me pretty well, but when I'm singing, it's a completely different story. So when I'm in studio time with my vocal coach, it's not it's not the regular studio time that the other artists get to have. When the artists go in there, they just go in, they belt it out, and their diction is fine. But when I go in there, I have to work twice as hard just to make sure that my diction is okay when I'm laying down tracks, recording, etc., when I'm performing. But I think, one of the biggest things is accessibility. I mean, I've had venues literally tell me like, "Oh, we don't know how to work with a deaf artist," you know, which, is not an excuse whatsoever. We don't know how to work with a deaf artist, and then certain things about sound. Like I really need certain things with my sound. I need to feel the vibrations really good. And I mean, I've had venues like say, "Oh, we only put the sound through the house music," and they don't want the sound to come out of the speakers, but I still need to feel the vibration. So there's been moments where I've had to take the speakers off the speaker stand and put the speakers right next to me so that I can feel the vibrations coming at me as I'm performing. And then trying to get an interpreter and all of that. And there's a bunch of things, honestly. We would be here all day if I was talking.
I think it's so incredible. You've been doing this for so long and you continue to persist despite, like you said, we can be here all day.
I've had so many people tell me like, "Oh, you can't do this. Oh, you're not going to be able to do that." Like they don't believe in me. And I'm like, I am basically the underdog, really, in this industry. And then until people actually hear me, they're like, "Oh, oh, okay, you're serious." And I'm like, "No, I'm not joking. I'm really serious about what I do." So,
Yeah, when I was doing my research and looking some stuff up, I watched the video of you opening up for CeeLo Green and I showed it to my mom and I'm like, look at this. Like
oh my
she's so
God.
cool. But
Thank
that,
you.
of course, that leads into my next question is you once opened up for CeeLo Green.
No, no, no. I'm deaf. I need y'all to be louder. I said, what's up, Orlando? This song is called Mansions. Hold me, little darling, light up my sky. Let's step out already. I am your dog. Stepping down the carpet. Yes, I am a star. Lights in my eyes.
how did that opportunity come about and how did that feel? That must have been incredible.
Honestly, it was a crazy day. It was the craziest day, and but I was prepared. I was ready. I was just ready to go up and rip the walls out. That's how I felt. Um, but a booking agent had seen me perform at another thing, and he said, "Hey, I got you an opportunity to open for CeeLo Green." I was literally coming out of another show as he sent me, the notice, and I was like, "Oh my God, okay, let's go." And so, my guitarist at the time, I said, "Hey, do you want to play with me this day and like do a whole set of originals and covers mixed in?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." Um, we got there pretty much at like 10 a.m. Keep in mind this is a bar. So we got to the bar at 10 a.m. Sound check wasn't till like 1 p.m. And then I was actually the first one to go up on stage that day. The venue manager like pulled me to the side, said, "Hey, 3 o'clock, it's your time to go up on stage." And of course, you have that little like, holy crap, I'm about to go up on stage because when you're in the audience, it's a completely different perspective. When you're on stage, everything changes. But before we started performing, I actually had a few minutes to ground myself. I call it grounding. I look around, I see like 5 things I can see, 5 things I can touch, you know, not so much here, but I try to ground myself in a way. And then right when the lights came on, I was just like something in my brain just switches. It's like, this is my time. This is my element. This is what I'm here to do. So it was just a great day. It was exciting and I'm happy for the opportunity. So
That's great. And I hope so many more come your way. So, what would you say to somebody who is a part of the deaf community who may feel discouraged to pursue their passions?
you know what? Go for it. Go for it. Growing up, I struggled so much. I mean, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. There were times where I'd be crying at the piano, trying to figure something out, trying to, how do I hit this note? How do I put my vocal placement in correctly? But what I will say to that person is if you really love something, whatever it is, cooking, makeup, sewing, I don't care what it is. If you think you can do it and if you have the passion and you want to do it, don't let anybody tear you down. You're not here to fit into everybody else's world, you're here to make your own. That's what you're here to do. So go for it. Don't let anybody tear you down.
Beautifully said. You're a perfect example of that. Where can fans currently find your music, and do you have any upcoming projects?
I have so many upcoming projects. Oh my God. So I actually have this new song called Dear Mr. Devil coming out soon. We're getting in the works. We're in the process of like getting musicians in and laying their tracks down. But the song is about taking your power back. I wrote this when I was coming out of a season of depression and anxiety. Honestly, this was like the lowest season that I've hit in my life, really. And I just woke up one day and I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna let these bad spirits and these thoughts in my mind tear me down anymore. So I wrote Dear Mr. Devil. I sang that when I opened for CeeLo Green. I got a lot of really good feedback on it. So we'll be releasing that soon. Um, Doing a bunch of shows. I'm getting ready for a bunch of shows right now here in Florida. And of course, just getting music out really and hopefully getting some more video content on YouTube and all of that. So there's so many things coming. I recently had a magazine feature come out early in May, but we just had an event for that, which was just incredible. I mean, it just was amazing to be featured along so many other women. But we just did the event for this, and yeah, just follow me. See my website, check out my YouTube, follow me on TikTok, just keep updated.
Perfect. So right now, YouTube is the place to go to watch and listen to your music.
Yep, YouTube and soon to be Spotify and Apple and hopefully Amazon. I'm currently switching to a different distributor.
And then, so you're Orlando based, is that correct? Okay. And so you're performing, do you know where you're going to be performing soon?
So I sometimes perform in downtown Orlando, sometimes I'm performing in St. Cloud, sometimes I'm in Kissimmee, sometimes I'm in the villages. So wherever I sing anywhere and everywhere, really. That's what I tell people. I don't care if it's I one time sang for a gas station, opening up a gas station. I was in the entryway singing. So anywhere and everywhere, just keep updated on my website and my social medias, and you'll see.
All right. Well, I'm definitely going to keep in contact with you because I want to see you perform
Thank
live.
you. Yes, come out to a show, please. I would love to have you.
Will do. Well, thank you so much for your time. This was really awesome getting to meet you and know you, and I'm really excited for this. Thank you again so much.
Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Well, that wraps up episode 4 of Joce Curious. So thank you to Malcanthearyou for being such an awesome interviewee, and to everybody watching for continuing to stick around. This is 4 episodes now, and I think I'm really starting to get the hang of it. I'm having so much fun doing this. As I've said in every other video, this is just so exciting and something that I've always wanted to do. So thank you for watching and giving me suggestions. And if you are an artist that wants to be featured on here, thank you for reaching out to me on social media. Please continue to do so because I'm always looking for guests. As I said earlier, all of Malcanthearyou's links are in my description below, along with my social media. So please keep updated so you can see what I've got going on in the upcoming weeks. I did want to make an announcement that I made on social media, but I will unfortunately be switching from 2 videos a week to 1 video a week. This is a good thing though, because 1, you guys won't get burnt out on Joce Curious, and 2, I'm giving the artist and the audience much better quality videos. I've just realized with a full-time job and a personal life that 2 videos a week is not as doable as I originally thought. So I'm going to be slowing it down a little bit. Maybe in the future we can pick it back up, but I honestly think 1 video a week is fine. So look out every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Next week, I have a really special guest for you guys, and I can't wait for you to meet them. Thank you. Stick around. I'm Joce Curious.
Hello, Mr. Devil.